Perhaps you will agree with me when I say that some nurses or some people or some residents actually are spending so much on things that they don't actually need. Of course, you have all the right to spend your money for anything you want. That's given. I'm just saying, Hello everyone, welcome back again to my channel. So if you are new here, my name is Annie, and if you don't know yet, this channel is all about my nursing life, my nursing adventures, and everything in between those. So if you want to be inspired, motivated, or just even be entertained, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let's connect. So our topic for today is all about how can we survive or how can we get by here in America. So actually, I have thought of doing this video. It will be a quick video because I actually have to go pick up my son, but it's not yet time. I still have 20 minutes. So before that, I just thought of doing this quick video just to answer that question. But before anything, guys, I just would like to tell everybody, listen, please. I just would like to tell everybody that I am born and raised Filipino. Being said that, I mean, I am not a native speaker of English. So if you don't understand my twang sometimes or most of the time, better turn on your subtitle, okay? So at least you can read and understand what I am saying here in this video. Because, there have been a lot of comments in my previous videos asking why am I not making all these videos in English. And I think I have answered that in one of the videos that I've made because I actually can express myself more, or I can tell what I wanted to say in my native language. But that's why I am trying to do these videos in English so that those non-Filipino speakers can understand as well. But if you cannot understand my twang, if it's hard for you to understand, then just turn on your subtitle button, okay? So you can understand me. But anyway, as I've said, this video would be about advices. Whatever I will be telling you on this video would be basing on my experiences, because there have been more and more who are asking me actually, how are we to survive, in America if we are just being paid this much? But before I proceed on my advices, friends, I just would like to ask you, because I assume that most of my viewers on this channel are actually not from here. I mean, from another country just like me. So I just would like to ask you, what is your goal or what is your reason in moving here to America? So I also would like to know your answers. Just put them in the comments below so I can also read those, okay? Perhaps you even thought that your salary would be, or your pay would be this much. But actually, when you came, you realized that it's this much only. I mean, if you know what I mean. But, that's why I ask you, what actually is your goal? What was your reason in moving here to America? Perhaps if you are lucky, if you have family members or you have a lot of friends here who can help you, because here in America, basically, if we don't work, we're not paid. If we're not paid, we will not eat. Just like that. So perhaps if you were new, you're just like me, who was thinking also that, oh my gosh, I can go here, I can do this, I can travel, I can, all those things that perhaps you have not been doing, or you have not been doing frequently when you were not here, isn't it? But when you came to America, you realized that, especially if it's in your first or second year, you realize that your pay is not enough. It's not enough to sustain the lifestyle that you want, isn't it? I'm not saying, I'm not, it's just generally, I'm not, saying that it is like that. Because, of course, we all have different pace, we all have different lifestyles, we all have different needs and demands, you know what I mean? So, basically, if you are new here in America, you don't expect a very big salary. I mean, especially if you came with a staffing agency like me, of course, they have a cut in your salary. So you don't expect so much of your salary. So perhaps in your first or second year, of course, we are just, we are just very excited, just like me. We're excited that we came. The cliche that America has in everybody's mind, in every expatriate's mind, is like, wow, you know what I mean, of course. But as I've said, especially if you came through a staffing agency like me, your pay would not be, so much to sustain the high maintenance lifestyle that you want. So, as an advice, actually, there was a specific question on one of my videos. How are you able to pay your mortgages, your home mortgages, with that much pay only? So sometimes, especially if you are single, if you don't have family, being new here in America is good. That would be an advantage for you, if you will be thinking about the spending and the earning side of the spectrum, okay? Being said that, I mean, you would just be responsible for yourself. You don't have family, you don't have children, you don't have any other responsibility except yourself, your bills, perhaps your phone bills, your apartments, your clothes. So you have all the freedom, or you have all the money to spend for traveling, for spending like this, for spending there, for spending here. But if you have children, that makes a difference. But your expenses actually will change, sort of, after some time, that you've got to get your own house, you got to get your own car, those things. So by then, perhaps you would realize that you have to save more for those bills than the things that you want to do, like, for example, travel, or buying this, buying the things that actually are not necessary. You know what I mean? So perhaps you will agree with me when I say that some nurses, or some people, or some residents actually are spending so much on things that they don't actually need. Of course, you have all the right to spend your money for anything you want. That's given. I'm just saying, because after you would be paying your own bills, then perhaps you would realize that your expenses would be different, comparing to when you were still new, that you don't have, that you have less bills to pay, isn't it? Okay, so just for example, just giving you my example. So when I was just thinking of myself, I mean, when I still don't have my baby, I don't have the house, I'm still in the apartment, I'm still new here. Let's say on my first and second year here in America. Of course, I was just paying for my phone bills, my apartments. So, of course, I can travel, I can buy this. Oh my gosh, if you can just see my closet, it's just like one room full of clothes. That much I was spending before. But when my son came, of course, and when I've decided to get a house, then all the responsibilities, the priorities would be different. So what I'm saying is, just know your priorities. If you are single, do whatever, but even if you are single, I advise you to, to shift your focus on the things that you can invest, like buying a house. I'm not just sure with cars. You can buy your car, of course, but don't think of, oh my gosh, I will buy the high-end cars like Mercedes-Benz, the BMWs, the Audis. Of course, you always have your own choice. As I've said, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to advise you, okay? Because life here is different. But these days though, things are changing. If you decide, for example, if you decide to travel, to do travel nursing are paid like, oh my gosh, they are just paid like 400%, four times the regular salary of the salary of a regular nurse. So that would be one of your options so that you can sustain your high maintenance lifestyle, isn't it? But if you're just like me, who are working regular hours, 3 days a week, if you some actually are thinking that you go to nursing, you will enroll, you will be a nurse to earn this much. I mean, to earn more money than any other profession. No, I'm telling you guys, no. For those of you who are new in nursing, for those of you who are still in school, don't ever think that nurses are being paid more, because there are professions that are paid way more than nurses. We are just so lucky. It's not, we are lucky, like lucky. I don't know how to say it, but this pandemic brought the nurses pay to a different level, to the highest level, of all times. I mean, they are paid like, now travel nurses are being paid 10,000 per week even. Imagine, I cannot even, that's not even a month of my salary, but that's one choice you have to make. But you see, here in America, more money, more work. I mean, those who are earning $10,000 a month, if you are not a travel nurse, I may say, is perhaps working two jobs or three jobs, or even doing 2 or 3 days overtime in a week. Just compare. If you want to earn this much, you have to accept the fact that you have to work perhaps 5, 6 days in a week. Or perhaps you have to take two jobs just to sustain that much money that you want. You have to accept the fact that you have to sacrifice your time away from your family. You have to accept the fact that you will be tired, you will be stressed, you will be haggard, looking haggard. Nurses are complaining actually that they are burned out. But sometimes they have the choice, they have the option. Nurses actually do overtimes. They are just picking up 1, 2, 3 days in a week just so they can earn more money. And then they will complain of burnout. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. So what I'm saying is, if you want this, oh my God, wait. Okay, we're back. I'm sorry, I had to go pick up my son. Oh my God. Oh Lord, I was late. Anyway, where were we? Okay. So what I'm saying is, if you want to sustain a high maintenance lifestyle and you want to earn this much money, you have to accept the fact that you have to work, maybe you have to pick up maybe 1, 2, or 3 overtimes in a week. Or maybe you have to have two jobs, you know what I mean? But the thing is, you cannot have this much money if you're just working like, the regular employees or the regular nurses that don't even, do overtimes, or not, unless, as I've said earlier, if you will travel, then that's a different story, isn't it? So, let me tell you guys, just for example, myself. Perhaps I have mentioned already this in my previous videos. Since I came to America, perhaps I just did 1 or 2 overtimes in a span of 6 years. I don't do overtimes. I prefer to spend my days off with my son. Perhaps just being here at home, or going outside, or spending it with friends. It's not, I don't live a high maintenance lifestyle. That's why I can, I am just living within my own means. That's another thing. You know, if you earn this much money, you have to live by your own means, you know. You cannot spend so much and earn less, isn't it? You have to have the balance, actually. You know, you have to know your priorities. You know, you have to know what things you have to do to save. Do you want to save or you just want to spend? You know what I mean? You have to have some plans. Maybe not for this time, but in the future, maybe you will be having your family if you are single. Maybe you will have, you know, you will decide to go back to school, you know, those sort of things. You know, everything is unpredictable these days, especially. You cannot just think that you will be having that, you know, job forever. You know, everything, there's no security in everything. That's why you have to have a plan B. You have to have even a plan C. You have to think, you have to decide, you have to plan for your life and for the life of your family if you have family, or for your future if you don't have yet family. Um, these things are not to be taken for granted. You know, we have our own responsibilities, we have our own priorities, but we have all our common ground, which is we're just trying to keep up, or just trying to get by with what is, you know, happening around us every day, you know. Of course, we have to spend. If we have to earn, we have to spend. But what they say is, the more you earn, the more you spend. And that's the fact, actually. I'm, I will just give you an example. My sister is traveling right now. She's a travel nurse and she's still working as regular staff in a hospital. So that's two jobs. In her travel nursing, she earns like four times, or maybe two times three, I don't know, but much more than what she earns as a regular staff. But you know, she told me that if you earn more, you cannot discount the fact that you spend more as well. But I think that's true. I believe it's true. You know, just for example, if you are back home in the Philippines or in India or in China or wherever you came from, you know, before you came to the US. Of course, you are earning less, so you will be spending less, isn't it? But once you will be earning more, then expect that you will also be wanting to spend more. It's just like the law of supply and demand. And in this matter, it's just like your earnings and your expenditures. It's just like, you know, while you earn more, you will spend more. If you will earn less, of course, you will be wary of your expenses, isn't it? Another advice I can give you, just so you know you can get by in the with the lifestyle here you chose to have here in America, is, of course, apart from the things that I have just told you, to be cautious about your spending and your you know, living by your within your means, is, I think I have mentioned some of these in the previous videos I have made. Of course, you have to think, you know, you have to discover things that will help you save money. Like, for example, cooking at home instead of eating out. That's one thing. Or buying, for example, car that are not so expensive but gives you the same options as the more expensive car, isn't it? Sometimes we don't need to have the most expensive car in town. You know, it's enough that we have means of transportation, isn't it? Or if you decide to go shopping, you can go shopping in those less expensive merchandise stores, isn't it? These things you can do just so you can save more, you know, and spend less at least. And just the basic advice that I can give you: if you don't need it, then don't buy it. That's simple. I know it's simple to say, but of course hard to do. But I mean, just try. You know, if you really want to save, and you know, if you really don't have the means yet, you know, then of course you can. You just have to prioritize the things that you will spend your money on. So with those advices, perhaps you have learned a thing or two, so you can balance your income and your expenditures, isn't it? Okay, so I think that's it for today's video. I think my son is waiting for me. He is hungry. I have to prepare him something to eat. So, again, one piece of advice before I will end this video. Being financially responsible is very important for your health and for your financial life, and of course, for your family as well. You have to live within your means, isn't it? And you have to know your priority. So I think that's it, and thank you once again, friends, for watching this video. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and you can share it as well. And to those who haven't yet, please do hit that subscribe button and connect with us. Thank you once again, and see you on my next video. Bye bye.